Welcome back to the Insight Station. I'm SK Saha, your host. In today's video, we will explore the mesmerizing floating islands of Lake Titicaca and learn about the fascinating Uros people who call these islands their home. Lake Titicaca, located in the Andes Mountains on the border of Peru and Bolivia, is not only the largest lake in South America but also the highest navigable lake in the world. Let's dive in. Before we delve into the floating islands, let's discover some interesting facts about Lake Titicaca. This remarkable lake holds great cultural significance for the indigenous people who inhabit its shores, including the Uros people. Lake Titicaca is situated high in the Andes Mountains, straddling the border between Peru and Bolivia. With an elevation of over 3,800 meters, 12,500 feet, it is not only the largest lake in South America but also the highest navigable lake in the world. Its pristine blue waters stretch across an area of approximately 8,372 square kilometers, 3,232 square miles, creating a stunning natural landscape. The lake is not only visually captivating but also culturally rich. It has played a vital role in the lives of the indigenous communities that have thrived in the region for centuries. The Uros people, along with other indigenous groups like the Quechua and Aymara, have deep-rooted connections to Lake Titicaca. For these communities, the lake is more than just a body of water, it is considered a sacred place. It is believed to be the birthplace of the Inca civilization and holds significant spiritual and mythical importance. The legends and stories passed down through generations further enhance the mystique surrounding Lake Titicaca. The Uros people, whom we will focus on in this video, have lived on Lake Titicaca for centuries. They have developed a unique way of life that revolves around the floating islands they inhabit. These islands provide them with a sense of identity and a connection to their ancestors. So, as we embark on our journey to explore the floating islands of Lake Titicaca and the Uros people, let's keep in mind the deep cultural heritage and natural beauty that make this place truly extraordinary. The Uros people are an ancient pre-Incan civilization that has inhabited Lake Titicaca for centuries. Their unique lifestyle on the floating islands has captivated the imaginations of people around the world. Let's delve deeper into who they are and their fascinating culture. The Uros people have a rich history that stretches back in time. It is believed that they are one of the oldest ethnic groups in the region, predating the Inca civilization. They have managed to preserve their distinct traditions and way of life throughout the centuries. Living on the floating islands sets the Uros people apart from other communities in the area. These islands are man-made and constructed using totora reeds, a type of aquatic plant found abundantly in Lake Titicaca. The reeds serve as the foundation for the islands, creating a buoyant and stable surface for habitation. The Uros people have developed ingenious techniques to build and maintain these floating islands. Layers of totora reeds are carefully stacked on top of one another, forming a solid base. The reeds are also anchored to prevent drifting, ensuring that the islands remain in place. Their homes and structures are constructed entirely from totora reeds. The reeds are used for building houses, boats, and even watchtowers. The Uros people have mastered the art of working with this versatile material, creating a unique architectural style that reflects their environment and lifestyle. The Uros people have a deep connection to Lake Titicaca and rely on its resources for their livelihood. Their culture is vibrant and colorful, with traditional clothing adorned with intricate embroidery and patterns. The Uros people also have their own music, dance, and rituals, which are deeply rooted in their history and spiritual beliefs. These cultural practices are an integral part of their identity and have been passed down from one generation to the next. Despite their remote location and unique lifestyle, the Uros people have embraced some aspects of modernity. They have adapted to the changing times by welcoming tourism, offering visitors a glimpse into their remarkable way of life and sharing their culture with the world. As we continue our exploration of the floating islands of Lake Titicaca, we will immerse ourselves in the fascinating world of the Uros people, learning about their customs, traditions, and the challenges they face in preserving their unique heritage. The floating islands of Lake Titicaca are a marvel of engineering and resourcefulness.
Let's explore the fascinating process of how these unique islands are formed and constructed by the Uros people.
The Uros people have developed ingenious techniques to create the floating islands using a remarkable natural resource, totora reeds. These reeds grow abundantly in Lake Titicaca and serve as the building blocks of the islands. The construction process begins by harvesting the totora reeds from the lake. The Uros people carefully gather bundles of reeds, ensuring they are strong and healthy. These reeds play a crucial role in the stability and buoyancy of the islands. To construct the islands, the Uros people stack layers of totora reeds on top of one another. The layers are tightly interwoven to form a solid base. The reeds are arranged in a crisscross pattern, creating a sturdy structure that can support the weight of the inhabitants and their homes.
To further secure the islands in place, the Uros people anchor them using ropes and stakes.
These anchors prevent the islands from drifting away, especially during times of strong winds or currents.
Maintenance of the islands is an ongoing process.
The Uros people continuously add layers of fresh totora reeds to the surface to replace any decomposed or worn-out layers. This ensures the stability and longevity of the islands, as the reeds provide natural buoyancy and protection against erosion. The use of totora reeds extends beyond the construction of the islands.
The Uros people utilize them in various aspects of their daily lives.
They weave the reeds to create roofs for their houses, walls for their structures, and even furniture. The reeds are remarkably versatile and serve as an integral part of their unique architectural style. This ingenious construction technique allows the Uros people to adapt to the ever-changing water levels of Lake Titicaca. As the water level fluctuates, they can easily add or remove layers of reeds to adjust the height of the islands accordingly. The floating islands are not only functional but also sustainable. The totora reeds used in their construction naturally decompose over time, ensuring the island's ecological impact is minimal. This sustainable approach aligns with the Uros people's deep respect for their environment and their harmonious relationship with nature. As we explore the floating islands of Lake Titicaca, we will witness firsthand the remarkable construction techniques and the unique lifestyle that revolves around these floating marvels. Living on the floating islands of Lake Titicaca offers a unique and fascinating way of life for the Uros people. Let's delve into their daily activities and discover how they sustain themselves in this extraordinary environment. Housing and infrastructure on the floating islands are entirely made from totora reeds, showcasing the resourcefulness of the Uros people. They construct their houses by tightly weaving together bundles of reeds, creating sturdy and insulated structures. These reed houses provide protection from the elements, offering a cozy and comfortable living space. The Uros people's close connection to totora reeds goes beyond housing. They use the reeds to craft furniture, such as beds and chairs, as well as tools for fishing and cooking. Every aspect of their daily life is intricately linked to the totora reeds, showcasing their resourcefulness and adaptability. Fishing is a vital part of the Uros people's livelihood. They rely on the abundant fish found in Lake Titicaca for sustenance. Using traditional fishing techniques passed down through generations, they skillfully navigate the waters and cast their nets to catch a variety of fish species. This age-old practice continues to be a significant aspect of their daily routine. Aside from fishing, the Uros people engage in other economic activities to sustain themselves. They are known for their exceptional craftsmanship in creating intricate textiles and handicrafts. Using traditional weaving techniques, they produce colorful textiles adorned with geometric patterns and symbols that reflect their cultural heritage. These handicrafts serve as a source of income through trade and tourism. Tourism has also become an important part of the Uros people's daily life. Visitors from around the world are drawn to the unique experience of visiting the floating islands. The Uros people warmly welcome tourists, offering them insights into their lifestyle and culture. They showcase their craftsmanship, perform traditional music and dance, and provide boat tours around the islands. Tourism has provided economic opportunities for the Uros people, allowing them to sustain their traditional way of life while sharing their culture with the world. Cultural practices and traditions are deeply ingrained in the daily life of the Uros people.
They proudly wear traditional clothing adorned with vibrant colors and intricate embroidery. These garments reflect their identity and heritage. Music and dance play an essential role in their cultural expression, with traditional songs and dances being passed down through generations. These cultural practices are a source of pride and a way to maintain their distinct identity. Living on the floating islands presents unique challenges, but the Uros people have adapted and thrived in this environment for centuries. Their resourcefulness, deep connection to nature, and strong community bonds have allowed them to overcome the obstacles they face. As we immerse ourselves in the daily life on the floating islands of Lake Titicaca, we will witness the harmony between the Uros people and their extraordinary surroundings. The Uros people have managed to preserve their unique culture and way of life on the floating islands of Lake Titicaca for centuries. However, they face challenges in preserving their heritage in the face of modernization and environmental threats. Let's explore these challenges and the efforts being made to safeguard their culture. One of the significant challenges the Uros people face is the impact of climate change. The changing climate patterns and increased unpredictability of weather events affect the delicate ecosystem of Lake Titicaca. Rising temperatures, changes in precipitation patterns, and fluctuating water levels pose risks to the stability of the floating islands and the availability of resources. The Uros people must adapt to these changing conditions to ensure the sustainability of their way of life. Pollution also poses a threat to the pristine environment of Lake Titicaca. The growth of nearby cities and increased human activities contribute to pollution in the lake. Efforts are being made to raise awareness about the importance of preserving the lake's cleanliness and advocating for sustainable practices to minimize pollution. The Uros people actively participate in these initiatives, recognizing the significance of a clean and healthy environment for their community. Another challenge arises from the increasing influx of tourism. While tourism has provided economic opportunities for the Uros people, it also brings the risk of cultural commodification and erosion. As more tourists visit the floating islands, there is a delicate balance between sharing their culture and ensuring it is not exploited for commercial purposes. The Uros people take pride in sharing their traditions, crafts, and music with visitors while striving to maintain the authenticity and integrity of their cultural practices. Efforts are underway to address these challenges and preserve the Uros culture. Organizations and community-led initiatives focus on promoting sustainable tourism practices that respect the cultural heritage and environment of the Uros people. These initiatives aim to empower the Uros community economically while ensuring the preservation of their unique traditions and way of life. Education plays a crucial role in preserving the Uros culture for future generations. The Uros people are actively engaged in passing down their knowledge, skills, and cultural practices to younger community members. Schools and cultural centers have been established to provide education that incorporates traditional knowledge alongside modern curricula. This helps maintain a strong sense of identity and pride in their heritage among the Uros youth. International recognition and support have also played a significant role in preserving the Uros culture. UNESCO has designated the Uros floating islands as a cultural heritage site, highlighting their cultural importance and the need for their protection. This recognition brings attention to the challenges faced by the Uros people and encourages collaborative efforts to safeguard their cultural heritage. The Uros people are resilient, adaptive, and determined to preserve their unique way of life. Through their ongoing efforts, they are navigating the challenges they face while ensuring the survival of their rich cultural traditions. As we reflect on the challenges and preservation efforts, let us appreciate the importance of supporting sustainable practices, respecting cultural diversity, and valuing the cultural heritage of indigenous communities like the Uros people. As we come to the end of our journey exploring the floating islands of Lake Titicaca and the captivating culture of the Uros people, we are left with a profound appreciation for their resilience, resourcefulness, and rich heritage. These remarkable islands and the Uros people who inhabit them are a testament to the indomitable human spirit and the power of cultural preservation. The floating islands of Lake Titicaca offer a glimpse into a way of life that is intricately tied to nature and steeped in tradition.
The Uros people have mastered the art of constructing and maintaining these unique islands, using the totora reeds as their building blocks. Their daily lives revolve around fishing, craftsmanship, and sharing their vibrant culture with visitors from around the world. However, the Uros people face challenges in preserving their culture and environment. Climate change, pollution, and the delicate balance of tourism bring forth obstacles that require our attention and support. It is crucial for us to recognize the importance of sustainable practices, environmental stewardship, and cultural respect. So, how can we make a difference? Firstly, we can support responsible tourism. When visiting the floating islands of Lake Titicaca, we can choose tour operators that prioritize sustainable practices and respect the cultural integrity of the Uros people. By engaging in mindful tourism, we can contribute to the local economy while minimizing our impact on the environment. Secondly, we can spread awareness about the Uros people and their cultural heritage. Sharing their stories, traditions, and challenges with others helps raise awareness and fosters a deeper appreciation for their unique way of life. By educating ourselves and others, we can contribute to the preservation of their culture and promote a more inclusive and diverse world. Lastly, we can support organizations and initiatives that work towards the preservation of the Uros culture and the protection of Lake Titicaca's ecosystem. By donating, volunteering, or advocating for these causes, we can contribute to the long-term sustainability and resilience of the Uros people and their environment. Let us remember that the floating islands of Lake Titicaca and the Uros people are not just a spectacle to admire, but a living testament to the power of human ingenuity, cultural diversity, and the interconnectedness between humans and nature. As we conclude our video, let's celebrate the richness and beauty of the Uros culture, and let's take action to ensure the preservation of this remarkable heritage for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery, and we look forward to embarking on more explorations of mysterious and fascinating places with you. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, The Insight Station. Stay tuned for more.